Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have in here is Rock of Ages 3, Make and Break. So this game is developed by the Ace team, the same developers behind the other Rock of Ages, and there is also a new developer team that actually helped with the development of this third game. But I'm not really sure if they have done a great thing or not. Anyway, this game it is using Unreal Engine 4, and it is probably one of the most stupid games I've ever seen, but in a good way, because this is what makes this game special. But first we are here to test the Nvidia MX130, which is exactly the same thing as a GT 940 MX. So this is the GDDR5 version, which means that it is much better than the DDR3 version, alright? So we are here to test and see how this game stacks up, and I'm testing this game because it was released some days ago, and I actually noticed that I even have the second game on Steam, but I have never played it, so I decided to give it a try on this third game, just to see what was all the fuss about this game, trying to understand what was that, and probably now, after trying this game, I will install the second game, because why not? This is amazing. Alright, so let's start. Rock of Ages 2. Let's start with the settings. So the settings that I do recommend you to play this game with the MX130 or a GT 940 MX, it is to go with 720p median settings, and you can push the resolution quality to its maximum. This is essentially just a resolution scaling slider, so I do recommend you for this case to use the maximum. Alright. So looking to the requirements, they don't really specify what are the minimum GPU, but they do recommend a GTX 970, which is way and beyond our MX 130 anyway. So this is the results for 720p, and as you can see, the minimum frames are all of them very similar to each other, because this game it is very different, and I did try it to different levels. The first one, it is the one that you saw. I had a bomb and I was kind of guiding the bomb into the castle, alright? But the second thing that I did try, it was essentially just a tower defense game that the game have, and during that event, this is very demanding to the CPU, and this is where my laptop actually fails, because my i7, despite it is very strong, it is capped to 15 watts, which penalties a lot the frequency and performance. So if you have an i5 or an i7, anyone that are not capped at 15 watts, I'm pretty sure your performance during those events will be much better than what I have in here. But with these median settings at 720p, what I do get during the ball running through, through the steep wheels and all that kind of stuff, it runs above 60, and that is the moment where I think it is important for you to have 60 frames per second, because you need to control the ball, and I honestly feel that higher frame rate really helps you out to control the ball. While the tower defense events, for example, it is something which you have time to do whatever you want, so 30 frames per second it is more than enough for those events. But the events where you need to control the ball, sometimes it goes really fast. In those moments I do feel that 30 frames per second might be a little bit short, and you can actually have 30 frames per second at high settings, 1080p if you want, but honestly I don't feel that it is a good idea for this game. Alright, I do think that you should stick with 720p median settings for the better performance. And actually, in my opinion, this game it is not about the graphics. It is about the way that this game tells the story. For example, in here, we are trying to get inside the cave of the Cyclops, which is protected by a big boulder. And so, how are you going to get inside? Now you're just going to strap all together a ton of ships and throw them into the ball just to open the place. So how stupid can this be? And this is why this game it is special, because it is just ridiculous, and it is funny because of that. You will have tons of fun with this game. The only downside for now is that according to Steam users, this is more of the same comparing to the second game. So if you play the second game, this game doesn't have too much to offer. It is pretty much the same thing. Many people say that even the levels are worse than the second game. It is still stupid as hell, and it is funny because of that, but it is more of the same and it is worse. So if you want to start with Rock of Ages, possibly the best idea it is to start it with the second game. The second game costs at the moment $14.99, so it's a cheap game, while this one, it is new, and it is not expensive though, it is $29.99. Also, this game features co-op, which means that you can play with your friends, which is amazing. And if you are the type of guys that want to build your own levels and try to create something unique and funny, this game also contains an editor which allows you to create the levels that you want, which is pretty good in my opinion. For $29.99, whatever if it is worse or not than the second game, I think it is a good price for what it offers. And this is a casual game, so it's something that it is not to be taken serious. It is just a fan stupid game, and I believe that developers want this game to stay this way, because this is the core thing of this game: having fun, have a ton of laughs with the stupid stories, and it is amazing because of that. Alright guys, so I think that's all that I want to talk about Rock of Ages 3. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Yaha!
We are safe in this castle for now, but the Cyclops is still out there. There he is at the top of the hill, and he has plenty of boulders to keep throwing at us. Luckily, we are skilled builders, so we can construct defenses to stop those rocks before they hit our castle gate. If the castle gates are broken, we are history. Let's start by building towers for defense. A tower defense, if you will. boulder. But I see there is a gold mine nearby. Let's build a bank next to it to extract some gold.